Sonic the Hedgehog movie Equestria Girls Chapter 4 Meow, Meet the Doctor.
Back at the baseball field, the military have quarantined the whole field the next morning after last night's incident. Then a giant jet black truck drove its way to the field, accompanied by black cars from behind. Everyone turned their heads, watching as the vehicles parked in place. "What the?" Major Ben, the person in charge of the operation in the field, murmured in confusion. From the large truck, a series of steps appeared as the door automatically slid open, allowing the person inside the truck to step out of the vehicle. The man was wearing a large black trench coat, black trousers, black shoes, and a perfectly groomed mustache, black gloves, and small black glasses. As the man stepped out of the truck, 4 other dressed men got out of their vehicles and followed behind him. The leader walked straight to Ben before stopping in front of him, taking off his shades, revealing his brown eyes. The agent stops next to his boss. "Are you in charge here?" the man questions the major. "Yes, Nope!" He cuts him off really rudely, while Ben gives him a cold stare. "Wrong! I'm in charge. It's me. Ben, I'm in charge." The agent beside the man took out a rectangular device that revealed a red holographic symbol below the screen, showing it in front of Ben. "You've never seen anything like this before." The man gestured the device with a smug grin on his face. "It says I'm the top banana in a world full of hungry little monkeys, allowing me to clarify," he said, as he uses his index finger and moves it to the left, making robotic humming sounds coming from his mouth and his eyes facing away from the major. In a sequentially ranked hierarchy based on the level of critical importance, the display between us is too vast to quantify. Agent Stone, the doctor thinks you're basic, Agent Stone explained as his boss walked away from the scene. "I'm initiating a sweep sequence," the doctor announced as he used his fingers to press several buttons on his glove, which opened a hatch above the truck as several white egg-shaped drones emerged from the roof. 10 miles in every direction should suffice. "Is he still looking at me funny?" the doctor asked Agent Stone. "Yes, he is," Agent Stone replied, still looking at Ben. "Tell him to stop or I'll pull up his search history." "If you don't stop looking at the doctor, he'll take a closer look at," Agent Stone repeated before he was interrupted. "I'm not deaf," Ben growled, still glaring at the doctor. "And tell him that his men will report to me now, blah 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 blah." "Excuse me," Ben interrupted. "Listen, pal, I don't know if you realize who—" "I'm sorry, Major. What was your name?" he dryly asked as he turned around to face him. "Ben, nobody cares!" the doctor yelled, yet again interrupting him. "Nobody cares," he said, acting all sad before he slowly approached him. "Listen, Major, nobody cares. Do you know why nobody cares who you are? Because nobody cares about your feeble accomplishments," he hissed in a harsh whisper as his eyes grew that were filled with rage and insanity. "And nobody cares how proud your mommy is that you're reading at a 3rd grade level. Have you finished Charlotte's Web yet?" He then starts slowly circling around Ben and places both hands on Ben's shoulders from behind. Spoiler alert, she dies in the end, but she leaves a big creepy egg sack. The egg-shaped drones now start hovering all over the field as the crazy-looking doctor looks in amusement as his lovely drones get ready to work. "Aw, my babies. Look what came out of my egg sack," he says as he goes over to them with a nasty grin planted on his face while chuckling. "You know what I love about machines? They do what they're told. They followed their programming. They don't need time off to get drunk and put the boat in the water. He then looks back at Ben and points at him. And you, do what you're told. Stand over there on the edge of your personal abyss and watch my machines do your job. Ben walks over to his men with a cold glare on his face, his eyes never leaving the doctor. Agent Stone turns to his boss with a pleased expression. Can you feel it, Stone? The doctor questioned. I can feel it, Doctor, Agent Stone replied. It's evolution, Stone. It's evolution! The doctor yelled as he started to press some buttons on his glove, and the egg-shaped drones started to spread out all over the Everfree forest. One of the drones looks at a rock that has a footprint and starts to scan it. Meanwhile, inside the truck, Robotnik starts analyzing the footprint that one of his drones found. Agent Stone? Robotnik called, knowing Agent Stone's presence. Doctor? Agent Stone answered. Do you see anything useful in this image? Robotnik asked, still looking at the screen. Nothing at all, Doctor, Agent Stone replied, while Robotnik rolled his eyes at his stupidity. Of course you don't. Your eyes weren't expertly trained to spot tracks by the Native American shadow wolves, said Robotnik as Agent Stone looked at him weirdly. Robotnik starts showing him a full detail of the footprint. That's extraordinary, Agent Stone said in wonder about this new discovery. No, what's extraordinary is I've determined the exact height, weight, and spinal curvature of this creature, and my computer can't find a single match for it anywhere in Earth's animal kingdom, Robotnik explains as he got up from his chair and went close to Agent Stone's face. This blackout was no terrorist attack, and there's no baby Bigfoot, he says as he starts looking at the footprint in wonder. This guy is something else entirely. Divert all search units to the site of the footprint. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for me, said Robotnik as all of the soldiers are now searching in the forest. Sonic was watching them while hiding behind a tree trunk. Okay, everything is fine. You played some baseball, got a little upset, lightning shot out of your butt, and now they're coming for you, said Sonic, trying to calm himself down as he ran back to his cave. Alright, Earth isn't safe anymore. Time for Plan B, Mushroomville. I've got to pack my stuff. Okay, essential items only. Toothbrush, toothpaste, hair gel, nightlight, funny hat, this half-eaten cantaloupe, oh, and my scented candle. My entire comic book collection, beanbag chair. Can a beanbag chair fit in a backpack? No, of course not. That's stupid. Sonic keeps ranting on all the things he needs before leaving Earth. Okay, what else? Sonic says as he thinks of what else he's missing. The rings, yes, of course. He then grabbed the sack of rings and pulled out a ring and starts to get ready to throw it. Okay, ring time. Mushroom Planet, here I come, he said, but then he heard the sound of dogs barking outside the cave. Oh no, they're right outside. I gotta go somewhere else, said Sonic as he runs out of his cave, but not without looking back sadly, seeing the only home he had since coming to Earth being left behind. Goodbye, cave, Sonic says sadly as he runs off to look for another place to hide. Meanwhile, with Rainbow Dash, we see Rainbow Dash at Applejack's house, searching for the stuff she got requested to bring. She then got a call from Applejack herself, and she picked up the phone. Hey, AG, how are you guys? Doing mighty fine, Jazz. I'm just hanging out with the Crusaders. Oh, that's cool. Wait, the girls are with you? Yeah, Apple Bloom's been nagging me for her and the girls to come with us. I told her no, but somehow I found her and the girls hidden in the back seat. Huh. Well, that sounds fun. Yeah. Hey, how's it going over there, Dash? Well, I got the stuff you guys needed, and the power is still out. It looks like a sign for me to get out of Dodge. Well, I hope you come here safe. We'll be waiting for you. Rainbow Dash was about to ask something else until she heard a noise outside. She looks through the window and sees the barn open. Ah, great. The raccoons are back. She looks away from the window and sees a tranquilizer gun on the table. and they're in for a surprise. You better not be using my tranquilizer gun. Fluttershy wouldn't like that. Also, that's for bears. Good. Now I know it works. Dash! Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm only gonna scare him. Possibly to death. Okay, bye! Rainbow Dash said lastly as she hung up the phone and quickly went to the barn. Okay, I'm in. With minimal damage to Apple Queen's property, Sonic said in a whisper as he quietly put his backpack on the floor and pulled out the ring. Okay, it didn't work out on Earth, but that's okay. You're going to a safe world. A nice, safe world filled with mushrooms. Mushrooms that will be your only friends. That sounds awful. I can't do this. You have to do it. There's no other option. Sonic rants to himself. He then calms himself down, taking a deep breath and looks at the ring, getting ready to leave. Until BAM! Alright, you little bandits! Paws in the air! Rainbow Dash yelled as she kicked the door open with the gun pulled out and she looked around the barn. But then she stopped midway as she saw Sonic with the ring in hand. He's caught red-handed. The only excuse he could think of was, meow? And then, ah! Ah! As they were both screaming their heads off, Rainbow accidentally pulls the trigger and shoots out a dart straight into Sonic's leg. Ow! He then starts to get dizzy and starts to wobble. His vision starts to get blurry, as the only thing that he could see was the name on Rainbow Dash's shirt. Canterlot City? Sonic read aloud as he let go of the ring that he was holding. The ring rolls right in the middle of the room and opens up a portal to Canterlot City. Rainbow looks at the portal in shock, watching what happens before her eyes. Sonic starts to wobble to the portal until his legs give up on him and lands near the portal, letting go of the bag of rings and lands on top of a building. He then starts to crawl as fast as he could to get to the portal, but it closes. No! Sonic said as he fell unconscious. Rainbow was still in shock and started to ask herself, what just happened? We see Sonic lying down inside a small cage that Rainbow found. She starts poking Sonic slowly with a spatula and starts to look at him. She then notices the quills and starts to remember the quills she found at the soccer field. She compares the quill to Sonic's, and it came to a realization of who this is. The Blue Devil. He's real? Rainbow Dash thought as she was trying to process this. She turns around and starts to think about what she should do in this situation. But what she didn't know is that Sonic woke up and easily opened the cage, which was unlocked, and stepped out. Rainbow decided to show this to her friends to at least figure out what to do. She took her phone to get a picture of him, turned around, but then flinched as she saw the Hedgehog standing there. Rainbow Lady? Sonic said, still being dazed from the dart. You can talk? Rainbow Dash questioned. Wait, you're not here to abduct me, are you? You abducted me, Sonic responded. Okay, that's a fair point, Rainbow Dash said, noticing what he meant. What are you, and what were you hiding in my friend's barn for? I needed somewhere safe for me to hide, and this was the only place I could think of, Rainbow Lady, Sonic said. Why do you keep calling me Rainbow Lady? Rainbow Dash asked. 'Cause you have rainbow hair, and also rainbow clothes, Sonic answered in a monotone voice. Again, fair. Wait, where are all the mushrooms? Why am I still on Earth? What? Sonic says suddenly until he realizes, oh no, I lost my rings! What? Rainbow Dash questions about what he meant, as she had no idea what is going on right now, until she hears a noise coming from outside. What's happening? Is this your mothership? Rainbow Dash asked as she walked to the window to see what it was. This is not the best time for me to get probed. You think you're worried? I'm not even wearing pants, Sonic argues. She pulls the curtain open and sees a large black truck getting parked outside the house. What the? Sonic checked the windows from underneath before screaming, "Ah!" and closing the curtains. "They're coming for me!" "Who is coming for you? And what's that got to do with me?" "I don't have time to explain, but you have to help me." "No, I don't," she exclaimed, but then asked, "Wait, why should I help you?" "Well, my legs," Sonic starts as he looks down at his legs before looking back at Rainbow Dash with a smirk, which normally would be classified as lethal weapons. "Feel like spaghetti." He then frowns with his expression filled with fear and starts pleading, "I need your help. Please, it's life or death." Rainbow doesn't know if she could trust and help this guy. She looks at Sonic, then back at the window, still thinking about it. After a long second of thought, she sighed and looks back at Sonic. "All right, follow me," she said before walking away. Sonic was about to go follow her, but his legs gave out and he fell from the small table, landing on his face. A little help?" Sonic shouted. Rainbow sighs in annoyance as she walks back and picks him up and carries him to the attic. She lowered down the ladder to the attic, walked up the steps, and set Sonic down, now that his legs have woken up. "All right, you stay here and be quiet," she said to Sonic. "Good plan, great plan. We're already working so well together, practically finishing each other's sentences," Sonic rambles on as she gives him a weird, sort of freaked out look before she walks down the ladder and shutting the attic door. "Oh, okay, bye." Rainbow Dash rushes back down the stairs and walks to the front porch. She sees a man in black looking at the ground in deep concentration. "Hey!" she called out to him. "Can I help you?" That caught the man's attention as he walked towards her. "Good morning, my rural chum. I'm from the power company, investigating the blackout. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a few readings inside your house." "No kidding! You're from the power company?" she asks as Robotnik nodded in response. "Oh, then you must know my buddy Soren. We play softball together," she said. "Ah, Soren. He's a good man," Robotnik said, pausing as he nervously looked at her. "Yeah, come on in," she said, waving her hand to invite him in. "Great," Robotnik said as he quickly walked up the stairs. "Just take all of the readings you need, except, she said, and quickly put her arm at the entrance, blocking Robotnik from entering. Usually the power company usually takes their readings from outside the house. Also, my buddy Soren actually now works in a gas company. He's more of a soccer player than a softball kind of guy. So you want to tell me why you think I'm dumb enough to let you walk inside my friend's house?" Robotnik glares at her for tricking him, but he's got another trick up his sleeve. He put his left hand behind his back and started pressing a few buttons, sending a small version of his drones. "I'm sorry, Miss Dash, but everyone calls me Rainbow." "Well, Rainbow, you may have noticed that this entire town has been experiencing a power outage." "Yep, no lights, already picked up on that. 20 minutes ago, I tracked an energy pulse with a similar signature to the one that caused the disruption." As he said that, 2 of his drones found a way inside the house, and one of them found a way inside the attic. The drone starts scanning the room while Sonic is hiding behind a couple of boxes. "Listen, Mr. she said. Dr. Robotnik," Robotnik says while Rainbow nods. "Look, Dr. Robotsky, I'm sure what you're doing here is really serious, but it's got nothing to do with me. I mean, you can ask anyone in town, everyone knows me." "I bet they do. I'm sure you're very popular with the Jubs and the Merles and the Billy Bobs in the glorified gas station rest stop. Bet you go way back to the days of tipping cows and playing in a jug band." He starts doing some weird jig and blowing into an imaginary can. Rainbow Dash looks at him weirdly as she thinks, well, he's a weirdo. Maybe someday you'll achieve your goal of getting a Costco card or adopting a Labradoodle, but the reality is, I surpassed everything you're ever going to do. Robotnik yelled at her as he went right up to her face. Before I was a toddler, I was spitting out formulas while you were still spitting up formulas. I was breakfast, actually, she said, unamused. Nice. Rub that in my orphan face. Rainbow looks away, starting to get tired of this dumb conversation. Rainbow was about to say for him to leave, but before she could say anything, he interrupted her. Miss Dash, are you familiar with the U.S. Code 904, Title 10, Article 104? He asks. Maybe anyone who attempts to aid an enemy of the United States shall suffer death, he said as he gives her a stern look and points a finger at her. And if I'm gonna be the one that catches you, it'll be even worse. She looks around for a second and asks, worse than death? Meanwhile, in the attic, we see Sonic curled up into a ball of spikes, disguising himself as a ball. While the drones continued to scan the room, Sonic started arguing with himself. Okay, I'm a ball, just a normal ball. I'm blending in like a ball. Shh, stop talking. No, you stop talking. Be quiet, Sonic. No, you be quiet, Sonic. Oh, I hope they're not scanning me with x-rays. I kind of had an embarrassing lunch. As he said that, another drone came through the window and it started scanning the other half of the room. Both of the lasers are coming closer and closer to Sonic, making him start to get nervous. Don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out, Sonic murmured as his eyes kept scanning the red beams from left to right. Don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out. The beams start getting closer to Sonic. Then, I'm freaking out! Sonic quickly starts to roll out of his hiding spot of the beam's range and falls through the attic door. Why don't you have your staircase carpeted? Sonic said as he bounced from the wooden stairs before rolling into the kitchen, knocking some pots and pans from underneath the table. It wasn't unheard by Rainbow or Robotnik. They gave each other a look as she nervously said, Old pipes! Yeah, probably just the house settling. Nothing to see here, Robotnik said right before she could react. Robotnik pushed Rainbow and walked past the dining room and into the kitchen and saw a raccoon eating some cake that had been left sitting on the kitchen table. Phew, that was close, she thought with a smirk on her face. Here's the thing. He raised up his finger. I'm never wrong. Well, there's a first time for everything, I guess, she said as she pats him on the shoulder and shoos away the raccoon as the raccoon escapes through the doggy door. Do you want some cake? I heard that raccoons have the cleanest mouths for any animal that eats garbage. Robotnik chuckles before giving a glare at Rainbow and turns around to leave, until he stops in his tracks. He sees something bright and blue sticking out of the counter. He leans over and grabs it. He turns back around to see Rainbow Dash, who is now very worried, as he holds out the sharp blue quill. Look at that. I was right, he said, still having an evil grin on his face before he starts frowning. Now, known to the lack of surprise on my face, should we try this again? He then starts whistling and a bigger egg-shaped drone enters from the front door and hovers next to Robotnik. Sonic stares at the drone with fear consuming him as the drones pull out its weapons. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to tell me where it is. 5. Robotnik threatened her before he started counting down. I don't know what you're talking about. 4. Look, buddy, do you even know who you're messing with? Yeah, a little defenseless girl who's about to get killed if she doesn't cooperate. 3. Her eyes widened as she nervously looked around, trying to find a way to get out of this situation. Come on, Rocket Brain! You might be able to come up with some lame excuse to go on living. In 2, she stood there helpless. There's no thing she could do to get out of this mess. 1! Wait! Sonic came out of his hiding spot with his hands up in the air. Don't hurt her! Ah! Robotnik let out a girly scream before he got punched in the face by Rainbow Dash, sending him to the floor. The drone looks back at her and locks its weapons, getting ready to shoot her. She quickly grabs Sonic by the hand and ducks down under the table, shielding themselves from the bullets. This feels excessive, Sonic yelled over the gunfire.
The drone stops shooting and starts scanning for any wanted life forms. "Stay behind me," she whispered, but she didn't get a response. She looks behind her, only to see no blue hedgehog there. She starts looking around, trying to find him, only to see him climbing up a shelf, getting ready to pounce on the drone. She frantically shook her head, but Sonic gave her a reassuring nod with a thumbs up. Hey-ya! The drone felt Sonic on top of it before it started to spin around, shooting at random places. "Don't worry, I got it right where I want it," Sonic reassured her over the gunfire while holding onto the drone. "Can you believe Amazon is going to deliver packages with these things?" Sonic hollered as he now started to struggle to keep holding on the drone in place. "This was a horrible idea. What was I thinking?" Once the shooting stopped, Rainbow looked around trying to find a weapon she could use. She then sees a hammer lying on the ground. "Perfect," she thought. "I'm gonna puke!" Just as Sonic fell off one of the drones, Rainbow Dash quickly gets out from under the table. She quickly grabs the hammer and whacks the drone really hard. It fell to the ground next to a dizzy-looking Sonic. "Come on!" she panicked as she scooped up Sonic in her arms and dashed out of the house. "We gotta get out of here!" "Aw, don't tell me that's all you got. I'm just getting started. Let me know if you want to go round 2 with the blue," Sonic challenged the broken drone from outside the house. Rainbow quickly goes to Applejack's truck and opens the passenger seat and sets Sonic down. She gets in the truck and enters the driver's seat. She puts the car into gear, then into reverse, and steps on the gas pedal and drove off. After they escaped, the same many black vehicles arrived and parked right outside the house. Agent Stone watched the truck leaving only for a second before rushing inside to search for Robotnik. When entering the front door, there were holes everywhere and some destroyed furniture. He enters the kitchen and sees Robotnik on the floor unconscious. "Doctor!" he exclaimed as he rushed towards Robotnik, helping him up. "Are you alright? I saw a young girl race out of here and thought that you should stop them." Robotnik slowly turned to him with a really ticked-off smile. "Open your mouth and say that you thought you should stop them." "No, I thought that maybe I should check to see if you're okay." While he was talking, Robotnik grabbed his mouth and pulled Agent Stone near him. "You know what's hard about being the smartest person in the world?" Robotnik asked. "Everyone else is stupid." "Yes! Way to go! You got that one!" Robotnik lets go of him, wiping his hand and grabbing Stone with his partner's suit. "Whatever this creature is, it's our job to secure it, neutralize it, uncover the source of its power, and if it resists, we take it apart, piece by piece." He slips on his broken glasses. "And see what makes it tick." "Stone?" "Yes, Doctor?" "Call optical illusions. Tell them I need new frames. They know what kind I like." He took off his broken glasses and threw them across the room. "Oh, and bring that quill." "Yes, Doctor." Agent Stone picks up the quill while Robotnik walks out of the house with Stone behind him.